Gari, a granulated dry coarse cereal made from cassava, is very popular in West Africa, especially in Ghana, Benin, Togo, and Nigeria, from where the name originates. It takes 4 tons of cassava to make 1 ton of gari. Cassava is one of the most important crops in Ghana. It is estimated that over 70% of farmers in Ghana engage in cassava cultivation. 22% of Ghana's agricultural GDP is said to come from cassava cultivation. I am at one of Melenovisi cassava farm, a processor of cassava into gari, to ascertain what goes into cassava cultivation and the subsequent production of gari. The farmers say cassava farming is worth investing in. The patron of Melenovisi Gari Processing Factory, Mr. Mohammed Anagli, says demand for the commodity is good, making it very profitable.
Now, farming is a business. It is not like we thought of previously. Those who have completed school and are not gaining employment, so try cassava and gari processing, and you'll generate lots of revenue.
There are many women who work in this industry. Madame Sarata Anagli has processed gari for the past 17 years.
People think cassava cultivation is a dirty job, but that's the nature of the job. However, if you come back home late and there's no food, you can easily soak gari and you will not sleep with hunger.
Once the cassava is uprooted, it is either carried in a basin or on a tricycle. Madame Sarata says both come at a cost. Once the cassava gets to the factory, it goes through several stages. At the peeling stage, there are 2 groups. One group is with cloth and the other is without cloth. There's a reason behind it. Mommy, adentina ebimu ekita entuma na ebimu enkita ntuma.
Ibachoni enti ebimu kuta ntuma ni se. Manchinu se usomu na usinsini ema ifimba unsem. Enti yanga yekuta ntuma no. Omo munkuta bi edika sinsin half parts.
We do this to avoid sand and dirt contamination. It is also to prevent diseases and the use of excess water.
Because if you come, you come.
Next is the washing stage. A real challenge for these women is access to water, which they have to travel to the town's mechanized borehole to fetch. It is not far, but the women say it is time-consuming and strenuous.
Our greatest challenge is access to water. We travel long distance to get the cassava, only to travel to fetch water again. We need help.
The water arrives at the factory and the peeled cassava is washed and made ready for grinding. When the dough is made, it is put in sacks and left to ferment for not less than 24 hours. After fermentation, the dough is sent to the presser for squeezing to remove water and starch. When that is done, the hardened dough goes through the sieving stage, where the chaff is separated from the kneaded dough before roasting can begin. The chaff is not thrown away, but dried to produce another cassava product, konkonte flour, another delicacy in Ghana. The roasting is in 2 main stages. This is the first stage of roasting. It forms part of the crucial stages in gari making because if it is not tossed and turned properly, it will curdle and it will not be as grainy as we want the gari to be. Either as a main meal or a snack, gari is eaten in various forms. When made into a dough, it is eaten with an accompaniment of stew or soup. Some of the delicacies made from gari are eba, gari foto or gari jollof, among others. Gari is also eaten as a snack when mixed in cold water or coconut milk, sugar and granite and sometimes milk. And this mix is popularly known in Ghana as Gari soakings, one that remains a good companion to students, especially those in the boarding house. There are a lot of misconceptions about Gari. For instance, Gari is considered by some as solely for the poor, but Madame Lucy Ban disagrees.
Already cooked.
All you need is soup or stew, and your food is ready. I don't see it as food for the poor.
Workers of this Gari factory have added more nutrition to Gari to make it a balanced meal when eaten raw.
We have fortified it with garlic, coconut, ginger, orange fleshed potato, and soybeans. If you eat the fortified Gari, it's like eating fufu and soup.
Some say branding in our part of the world does not make the product marketable due to its lack of appeal. The price of Gari on the local market ranges from 8 Ghana cedis per Anolonka to 10 Ghana cedis. But for the extra nutritious Gari, Anolonka ranges from 30 Ghana cedis to 40 Ghana cedis. Properly branded plain Gari can be as expensive as the value placed on the brand. For instance, a bowl of Gari soakings can cost 3 Ghana cedis and a plate of Gari photo can cost about 5 Ghana cedis. But in luxury hotels, where Gari is well branded, a serving of the same Gari can cost as much as 150 Ghana cedis.
Here we have our Gari photo going with chicken, we have our vegetables, some piece of fried eggs, and with a plantain. This is more than balanced. For me, it's one of the dishes we should be promoting on our airlines, especially West African airlines, flights that are flying West Africa, and even to the whole world.
For Melenovisi Gari Processing Factory, their greatest challenge is the lack of timely supply of fertilizer by the government for the cassava plantation and access to loans.
The money required to boost our work is not available. So when customers come, they determine the prices.
We are pleading with the government to ensure that the money from Maslog is distributed to all.
In cassava processing, nothing goes to waste. The leaves are edible, the stem used for replanting, and the tubers for various food purposes. Also, the peel on the tubers serve as food for livestock. The water squeezed out of the dough can be used as starch, and therefore the call by workers in the value chain for the government to provide them with the necessary support. Michelin Taka, GBC News, Kokomu, Eastern Region.